Hi guys, Dazzie here with another episode of my top 10 selling comic books of the week. Coverprice.com launched recently and has quickly become a go-to spot for watching eBay trends on comics. They scour thousands of eBay sales to culminate data to spotlight the hottest selling comics. Here is this week's top 10 selling comics, and I'm discussing the best selling comics of the 12th of December 2018. The last 2 weeks I've done pretty well. I've had 7 out of 10. How many will I get this time? Will you be able to beat me? In at number 10 is a book I don't own, and I've never even seen one. I want one. This is Edge of Spiderverse, issue 5. The reason this is hot, it's the first appearance of Penny Parker. And Penny Parker, I believe, is appearing in Spider-Man Into the Spiderverse. So look out for that, Into the Spiderverse. It is the hot animated film at the moment, starring Miles Morales, and Penny Parker is also in the film. The 7-day trend on that book, plus 357%. Wow. 16 copies of that book have been sold on eBay this week. The average raw sale is now $15.33. The average graded sale in a 9.8 recently went as high as $138. So it's a good book to have. I want it. Up next, this was last week's number 1. It's a book not in my collection. It is The Amazing Spider-Man, issue 365. And the reason that is hot, it's the first appearance of Spider-Man 2099. And if you saw one of my recent hot comic book alerts, you will see that he, by all accounts, spoilers, makes an appearance in a post-credit scene in Into the Spider-Verse. The 7-day trend on that book, plus 90%. There have been 66 copies of that book sold this week. Wow. The average raw sale has gone up $10.98. The average graded 9.8 now, $143. Moving on to issue 8. It's a book I'm surprised to see on the list, but it's really heating up. This is Amazing Spider-Man, issue 311. And the reason that book is hot right now, it has a Mysterio appearance. And of course, Jake Gyllenhaal is down to play Mysterio in the upcoming Far From Home Spider-Man sequel. So it's a movie-related book. The 7-day trend, plus 153% on that book. 42 copies have sold. Wow, 42, really? It's not much of a key, is it? Average raw sale, $10.94. The average graded book, $101 for that book, now in a 9.8 by all accounts. Insanity. Up next, a book that needs no introduction other than The Wang. Yeah, still there in our top 10, but it's now at its lowest ever position. This is Batman Damned. This is the regular cover. Of course, like I said, it has the first appearance of naked Batman. Yeah. And future copies of this book will be censored. So this book is always going to remain sought after. I purchased this copy recently for £45, which I did not like doing. There was 7-day trend on this book now, 98%, plus 98%. 80 copies of this book have still sold this week. The average raw sales down slightly, $47.50, but the average graded 9.8 has skyrocketed up to $273 this week. Crazy stuff. A real sought after book. Batman Damned shows no signs of slowing down. A proper store of my top 10. In at number 6. This is a book that I've wanted, but again, I've never really seen one. my friend Lewis, I believe, Comic Vantage, if I'm not mistaken, may have sold a 9.8 of this. I could be wrong, but I believe so, for a real good price. This is Miss Marvel, issue 1. I don't own it. Miss Marvel, issue 1 is this week's number 6 on our chart. There isn't much info to go with it, other than, of course, it is due to the upcoming Captain Marvel movie. So I can't tell you much more about it, other than it's number 7 on our charts. But it has always been a sought after book. And with the Captain Marvel film coming, it is blowing up. In at number 5 this week on our charts is a book that was there for the last couple of weeks. And I have it. Yeah, it's Ultimate Fallout, number 4. Obviously, this is Miles Morales' first appearance in comic books. This is obviously the first print. The second print, you can see his face. The 7-day trend, plus 114%. 77 copies of this book sold this week. The average raw sale now, due to the Into the Spiderverse movie animated, is $41.75. I paid £13.90 for mine back in March of this year. The average graded 9.8 now, $225. What a book to have. I passed on a second copy recently for £20 at a con and let my friend take it instead, and kind of beating myself up a little bit about it. In at number 4 is the Special Marvel Edition, issue 16. Issue 16. And the reason that there is a Master of Kung Fu movie, Shang-Chi, coming. Master of Kung Fu movie on its way. The 7-day trend, plus 210% on that book. The average, 44 copies of the Special Marvel Edition 16 have sold this week. The average raw sale is now $15.75. And the average graded 9.8, $166. Wow. In at number 3, I have this book. Yes, it's New Avengers, issue 11. As you can see, mine is signed by cover artist and penciler David Finch, who I had the pleasure of meeting at the Birmingham Comic Con in March of this year. Now, this is heating up due to the fact that Ronin, Hawkeye becomes Ronin, I believe, in Avengers 4. So look out for that, guys. A real sought after book now. I paid £1 for this copy, can you believe it? The 7-day trend now, plus 196%. 93 copies of this book have sold this week, which is insanity. The average raw sale now, this book is $26.50. The average graded 9.8, $249. Whoa! Yep, so Hawkeye is going to mark his return as Ronin by all accounts. I've been specking on that book for some time and knew it was coming. In at number 2. There's another book I don't know. We had Special Marvel Edition 16. This is Special Marvel Edition 15. This is a book I showcased in one of my hot book alerts, as this is the first appearance of Shang-Chi, the Master of Kung Fu, and that film is by all accounts coming to the MCU very soon. They're in pre-production. So soon I guess we're going to get some casting news. Who knows? It's definitely on its way. The 7-day trend, plus 156%. Weekly units sold 143 copies. Wow. Wow. The average raw sale now of that book, $85.50. The average graded 9.0 is $216. It's going to be a hard book to find really high grade. Like I say, Shang-Chi movie on its way. So that leaves us with number 1 on the chart. And what is it? Do I have this book? I do. This is the first appearance of Ronin, the second Ronin, played by Clinton Francis Barton, otherwise known as Hawkeye. So whereas this book, this was the first appearance of Ronin, played by Maya Lopez. Maya Lopez is Ronin. This is where Hawkeye becomes Ronin. And this is New Avengers, issue 27. Again, another book I paid £1 for. The 7-day trend on this book, plus 630%. I think that could be the highest I've ever seen. 83 copies of this book have sold this week. I think I have a second copy of this. This might go into a prize at some point. The average raw sale of this book now, $24.99. There aren't any graded books on the census at the moment. But like I say, this is where Hawkeye becomes Ronin. That's your number one book of the week. A very poor week for me by my standards. Just 4. I have number 1 on the chart. I have number 3 on the chart. I have number 5, I believe. 1, 3, 5, and 7 this week. All the odd numbers. Can you beat me? I'm sure you can. That's Daz over now. Stay tuned for some alerts. Bye for now.